The great Captain Mach, taken down by a puny Targ.
Spoiler alert. We're running into some old friends this week in Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 4, A Farewell to Farms. We've got Klingons, we've got oaths, we're studying a space hole. There are tasks to fulfill and permissions to gain. So grab your glass of blood wine and join me for my review of Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 4, A Farewell to Farms.
Perhaps you are more comfortable daintily sitting on a bridge than getting your hands dirty.
Silence!
Welcome to Movie Spy. Remember Ma from Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 9, The Inner Fight? This was the Klingon ship that was taken by Nick Locarno. He's back again this week, disgraced and back on the farm with his brother Malor. There are some interesting questions about the why of Mariner and Boimler joining Ma in his right to regain his captaincy. Sure, Mariner says she owes him, but does she owe him so much that she and Boimler need to take on this right with him that can lead to their deaths? The reveal at the end of the need to analyze the hole in space with the permission of a Klingon captain makes more sense. But I've got to agree with Ma. That's a lot for analyzing a space hole. What I appreciate about the tasks that Boimler, Mariner, Ma, and Malor must face is that we get to see Boimler's Klingon fanboy tendencies come into play. Bringing up the knowledge of the painstick voltage saves them. Mariner gets in on this too, bringing up the rite of conscription as a way to circumvent Barg. It's really clever. Additionally, this might be the most Klingon I've heard in a modern Star Trek episode since Season 1 of Star Trek Discovery. We also have a nice callback to Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 2, where Mariner and Boimler escort Klingon envoy Korin with his presence here. Lower Decks does callbacks well, and it's only fitting that it continues to do so in its final season. More. Here are our reviews of Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 1, Episode 2, and Episode 3. A Chef of the Mind. Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 4, A Farewell to Farms, also introduces us to other Cloacans, Sir Legnog and Madame Gonald. First of all, learning that Cloacans invented warp travel to discover strange new meals is hilarious. It also makes all of Dr. Miglimo's food puns make so much more sense. As someone who enjoys cooking and has a sensitive palate, all the food terminology and jokes made me laugh. Their work goes beyond umami. They'll write me into the book of the flavorless. Nothing is worse than being flavorless. There's also the matter of the made-up food terminology, like plorpful and gizzlet. What in the world does that mean? I love it. I'm just glad we figured out that Sir Legnog and Madame Gonald were just a couple of fakers. I'd have hated to see Dr. Miglimo and his entire family banished from the Great Seating Chart. This is a fun side quest from our main plot, but I like that we're getting a little bit of development for our side characters too, not just our main characters. Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5 has done well in that regard, really giving more development to our secondary cast. Dr. Miglimo is indeed a chef of the mind, showing how mental health can affect our emotions and physical abilities. I look forward to what the rest of the season brings. Final thoughts. Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 4, A Farewell to Farms is an interesting episode for the series. We don't have our regular opening credits. We're developing secondary characters and giving small hints to larger developments while still making all the episodes feel standalone. While I've enjoyed all the episodes of Lower Decks this season, they felt a bit disjointed, save for the small connecting line of the space potholes. I don't think this is the last time we've seen Ma this season either. Thanks for watching.